Hello! Today is unboxing day! Yay! I know I say this every single month, but I'm always so excited that it's unboxing day. I'm excited to show you all the things that went into the September Sew Hayley Jane boxes. I love these boxes, they just are all fabulous. So, without further ado, this month, I know it's September, so it had to be a back to school theme box this month. It had to be, right? So I was sort of thinking about all the back to school things, and it's a very sort of organisationally themed box. So lots of things for organising your stash, your fabrics, all of that kind of stuff. So first up I have the luxury box. So every box, classic and mini as well, got a set of these really pretty heart pins. I figured I like pins that have something big on the end of them because I'm constantly dropping them on the floor, and if they've got something like these hearts, you can see them. If they are just the sort of the plain little silver ones that have nothing on the end, I lose them completely and then stand on them, and that's no fun for anybody. So every box has one of these. When it came to thinking about the treat that went in this month, there was a lot of choice, I have to admit. Back to school sweets, I had to narrow it down, and I went for Swizzle's drumsticks. Now the boxes that I sent out actually had the lollipops rather than the stick versions, but mysteriously there were none left over. I mean, there were more than I had boxes to send, but for some reason all the leftovers disappeared. I don't know what happened. It's a mystery. So I popped to the shop just now, just so, because obviously I need to show you what went into the box properly. So we had drumsticks, which, yes, I like those, they're good. Obviously a reel of Gutterman thread to match the fabric. And we'll start with the fat quarter, we'll go for the fat quarters next. So the luxury box always has 5 fat quarters, classic has 4, and the mini has 3. So these were the kind of colours that went in this month. This collection is called Owl School, which I thought was quite clever. So the main one, there's always sort of 1 or 2 with a print that sort of is the main focus, and then the rest of the fat quarters sort of match. So the main one this month are these little owls, and they've got little like letters all over, and it says things like school and what else? Hoot, owl, twit twoo, that kind of thing. So I think they are really cool. Then there's also this pale blue one, you probably can't see from there, with little white owl print. A grey one, and a yellow one. So these two are the same, just different colours. And then there was also this one with sort of little, I think they're supposed to be little houses, little bird houses to go with them. So they're really cute as well. I really like those. I mean, obviously, if you're going for the back to school theme with your makes, pencil cases would be perfect in these fat quarters. They'd be so fun, really bright. I like them, but options are endless when it comes to the fat quarters. When it comes to fat quarters, I always, if you didn't already know, over on my blog, I always include a post with sort of inspiration. So my pattern picks for the main fabric, and a few fat quarter projects that I found on the internet that would work with that month's fat quarters. Obviously you don't have to make what I suggested, it's just to sort of get the ideas going and to start you thinking about what you could make, because I get lots of people sort of say, I'm just not sure what to do with fat quarters other than quilting. There is so much you can do with fat quarters, so do check out my blog. I'll put a link to a couple of them below so that you can see. There are loads of things to do with fat quarters. Okay, carrying on with the box. The classic and the luxury boxes all got one of these gorgeous notebooks from So Crafty. It's a sewing journal from So Crafty. They are absolutely gorgeous. So inside there are different pages. So you have a page this side with ideas, so you could draw some sketches of patterns that you might want to make and particular fabrics, and any notes. So when it comes to making a certain project, write down any adjustments that you've made, anything that you found a bit fiddly or tricky, or that you might try something different next time. It's really useful for makes, because I definitely am guilty of making something, making adjustments, not writing it down, and then thinking a year later, oh, I'll make that pattern again, and I've forgotten what I did. So on the next page there is also a box for sketches and swatches. That's quite difficult to say, sketches and swatches. So if you have any little pieces of fabric swatches that might work for a particular pattern, you can tape or, what's it called, staple it in there, and you can write down what the material is and where you got it from, so that you can go back and order that later. And then this is just a little sort of roundup, so who the garment is for, what the pattern is, when you started it, when you finished it, so you get an idea of how long it took, what went right, what went wrong, and what would I do differently. And then if you're super organised, you can even print off a picture of the finished garment and stick it in there. I'm terrible when it comes to printing off pictures though. I need to do that, I need to get better at that. The pattern in the luxury boxes this month is from the Avid Seamstress, and it was the shift dress, which is a really lovely, it's a shift dress, but it's got this extra detail on the back. It's got a deep V-neck at the back, which I think is really, really nice. I really like that, and a sort of pencil skirt style. So perfect for office wear and things like that. I think it's great. Oh, it's got little sleeves as well, and pockets. It has pockets. We all like a pocket in our dresses. Most people seem to get really excited about pockets in skirts and dresses, so there you go. So pattern this month. I also included a little something from me this month. So I created these little fabric tag cards that you can cut out. You can write in there the fabric type, the quantity that you've bought, and whether or not you've already pre-washed it, so you can just tick that. You can also use that if you've made something from a fabric and you've got 1.5 meters left over that you might want to use a year down the line. You can cut that out, stick that on. So every box has one of these. This page didn't fit into the boxes, the mini boxes, so I had to cut them out into strips. So the mini boxes do have these as well, but they're in strips. So, and there were 2 different colours. There was this one with the blue, and there was a pink background as well. The fabric for the luxury boxes is this gorgeous shibori print fabric, which is kind of sort of like a tie-dye effect. Shibori has been really popular lately, with good reason. I think it's gorgeous, and I chose to include this in the back to school theme because I remember doing it at school. I remember practicing different tie-dyeing techniques in school, and I thought it was so much fun. And I also went through a phase of tie-dyeing lots of plain white t-shirts. I won't tell you whether that was a good idea or not. Definitely needed more practice with that. But this is from Indigo Fabrics, which is a Spanish fabric company. There were 2 different types of fabric that went into the luxury boxes. So some people had this one, and some people had this one, which is a darker blue and white, which I think is just gorgeous as well. They're both lovely. They're a cotton, 100% cotton, so perfect for lots and lots of different things. So that's the luxury boxes. So I'll show you a quick look into the classic boxes now. And the mini boxes are similar to the classic boxes in that they've got the same fabric, and they've also got the pins and the Gutermann thread and the fabric tag cards, but the mini boxes don't have the sewing journal. So this is the classic box. So again, yummy drumstick sweet, pins, matching thread, 4 fat quarters. This one also has this really sweet white fat quarter with little flowers on, very cute. Sewing journal. There were 3 different cover options that went into the boxes for the sewing journal. One was a lovely, I think, blue and polka dot, and I can't remember what the other one was, but they are all gorgeous. They're so lovely. So yeah, there were 3 different cover options. Fabric cards, and then the main fabrics. So the classic has 2.5 meters and the mini has 1 meter of this really lovely yellow gingham. So this is a polyester cotton mix. It's 60% polyester and 40% cotton, so it's got quite a high cotton content for a polyester cotton mix. And yes, it's lovely. So gingham was quite maybe a bit of an obvious choice for a back to school theme, but I think the yellow makes it a bit less uniformy. Yellow's been a really popular colour the last few months, I think partly thanks to Emma Stone in La La Land and that gorgeous yellow dress. So yes, we have this and the thread. I wasn't sure entirely what colour to go for. So it could have been white, it could have been a bright yellow, or sort of a mid-tone yellow. I figured most people would probably have white already in their stashes. And instead of going for the bright yellow, I went sort of halfway and went for the sort of the middle tone yellow that's in between the squares. So it sort of will hopefully blend in a bit better. I think this fabric will make some fantastic shirt dresses or little sort of shirt button-down blouses with a tie waist. I think it's got a real sort of nod to the 50s, this kind of fabric. It doesn't have to, obviously, it depends totally what you make. But that's what I have in my head at the moment. So I'm really interested to see what everyone makes out of this. I think it will be gorgeous. Also, it would make a really great sort of picnic style skirt. I think Tilly and the Buttons has a pattern on her blog for a sort of button-down skirt, which is really sweet as well. I think that would look gorgeous. So there are all the goodies inside the boxes this month. I really hope you like them all. I love them all. I think they're all really pretty and really cute. So I hope you feel the same way. If you are interested in subscribing, there's a link below which will take you to my website, and you can subscribe for the October boxes. And the October boxes marks 1 whole year of Sew Hayley Jane boxes, which is insane. I can't believe we've come to that point already. It's nuts. So thank you everyone for all of your support and love and everything. It's been amazing, so thank you. And that is everything from me this week. I will be back with you in a couple of weeks' time, and I will be showing you my autumn-winter sewing plans. So I will see you all then. I hope you have a fantastic couple of weeks. Bye!